Okay, this is our fresh new live stream. The one we had scheduled didn't work out, so we've started a new one. We've posted some messages to you guys to ask you to come over to this one. I'm not sure if you'll be able to figure out how to do that or where it is, but this is just live. Oh, Sonia Burgermeister, hello, it works. Yay, awesome. Awesome. Sonia, are you on the old live stream or did you switch over to a new one just so we know how this works? We can see. Okay, so this sounds like this was the originally scheduled live stream. Oh, new one. Okay, new one. All right, perfect. To the new one. Okay, thank you guys. All right, so let's get going. Are you ready? We've been like in tech hell for the last 10 minutes. We're gonna take some deep breaths and we're gonna switch gears.
Okay. I'm gonna put my phone down.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to anyone who wanted to be here and can't be here right now.
Yeah. They'll just have to figure it out for the next one.
Okay.
So what's happening right now, Odie, Big Mama, is meditating. Montaro and Juno over there have been meditating for a good half an hour, as has Jax. When is your horse, my barefoot trimming video going to be out? I could really use it. Well, let me tell you, it's 18 months of footage that has to be edited down. So I'm going to try and get a smaller one out for you to give you an idea to start working off. So hopefully I'm going to get that out in the next few weeks. Thank you for the question, though. And Zosie's now kind of going into meditative state, although always asking for a belly rub. And the wildies, most of the new wildies are out here eating. So this is an important thing. These guys have suffered food deprivation for most of their lives. And we have slow feeders. I think you can see. They've got a 4-inch by 4-inch grate. No. Yes, it is metal. No. Now, don't poo. We just clean all the poo off the paddock. When the grate is big enough, they will not damage their teeth. I don't know if you can see Kalia there. They'll actually be able to pull it out with their lips. We did see over the last 4 years 1 incidence of tooth damage, and that was when we had a really stocky hay and the grate was half the size that it is now. And so that's where they were having to really dig with their teeth. But Montaro showed us right away, hey, look at my mouth. And so we realized actually we have to change the size of the grate depending on the type of hay. So if the hay is softer and fluffier, you can go with a smaller grate. But the stockier, drier, coarser the hay is, you need a bigger grate. So I think 2 by 4 is really the smallest that I'd go, 2 inches by 4 inches. And this 4 inches by 4 inches is just ideal for any type of hay. And there's still minimal wastage on the ground. So just a little tip for you guys. I think we should head back into the barn where they're meditating because they move. They gotta move fast. We had a really good question come in from the Facebook group of someone, or there were a couple people actually, wondering, how do I know when I'm doing enough for my horse? And I guess, Gulas, what was your sense? It's kind of like enough physically, emotionally, health-wise?
Enough across the board, and I think one of the main questions that we all have, no matter what level we're at, is how do I know, like what came to me when you're talking about, well, how did Montaro show you? And how did you know to look And what was it? What was the difference between him coming up to you and kissing your hand, or him saying, "Look in my mouth"?
Right.
So that's the feeling. And I had another woman whose farm I went to the other day who I was talking about feet, and she was like, "Well, how do you know when they're showing you and when it's just when they just want to scratch?" So I think that's one of the fundamental. I think that's kind of what we are all doing together as a fundamental practice. Is what's the root? How do we actually know to what we're hearing?
Right.
So,
That's a really awesome question. Okay, I'm going to pass the camera to you.
okay.
And I feel like we should go in and sit with Montaro to answer. So
Okay.
I'll give my answer and my experiences, and then we're gonna switch. And
I'm going to come closer because Kenneth says he can't hear.
Oh, right, of course. Thank you, Kenneth. Thanks for letting us know. We're gonna go in with Montaro, and I'm gonna give my perspective on the answer to that question, and then we'll switch the camera back with Gula's, and I would like her perspective as a certified animal communicator, someone who runs workshops in animal communication, even though she doesn't like the term, and working with clients to help them with that issue. So we'll go with the layperson thing first, and then we'll switch it over to someone who's, really dug deep into this. So let's go talk to Montaro.
Kenneth, can you hear her? Can you all hear her? If you can just write a message to us to let us know you can all hear us. I'm not getting, oh, here's perfect.
Okay, good. All right.
Yes,
So-
a little more sound. Okay, yeah, so we have to speak up. I guess the quality isn't,
Okay.
okay.
So, sorry guys, I'm gonna yell even though you're meditating. Luckily they don't care. We've had backhoes going, we've had crazy noise here, and it does not affect their ability to meditate, which is a real example for us who think we need a quiet room or spiritual music playing to be able to meditate. We don't. You should be able to meditate in the middle of anything, as these guys show us. So, look what, I don't know if you can see what Odie just did there. She took her foot and she put it really far forward. And then she bent down and she touched it with her nose. So thank you, Odie. We just didn't have the camera on you, but that's a really great demonstration to answer the question the woman had about the feet. And how do you know that they actually want to tell you something about their feet versus that they're just, walking or placing their feet somewhere. So what she did there, which you just saw the tail end of, is actually a really good demo for us. When they want to call your attention to something, they are very intentional about it. They are very directive about it. Like Montaro, when he wanted to show me there was something wrong with his teeth, he kept coming up to me and biting at me. And I was like, no, honey, no. And then, but see, this is really unusual for Montaro. He's not a nipper. Now, if Jax here started nipping at me, I would be a lot slower to realize that he was communicating, because he's trying to nip the camera. Jax is very nippy. That's just, he explores a lot with his mouth. It's just who he is. But Montaro does not. So when Montaro, and then the nips were getting stronger, and they were almost turning into little bites. And I was like, what the heck are you doing? So, I don't always get it on the first pass either. And I think that's where, that's good to give yourself a lot of forgiveness and leeway on that, to realize that even people who are fairly good at this don't get it the first time. We can be quite dense about it. Do you have something to say? Do you have something to say about it? So you see how we waited and we gave him time, and I actually really tuned into him to see, did you have something you wanted to say, or did you have something to show me? And that's when he stopped, grabbed a few bites. Okay, now he's walking off. So thank you, Jax.
He just wanted to say hi.
But that was another very clear demonstration of how we can discern. Are they actually trying to communicate with us? Or, like him, were they just wanting to get in on the action? Because they can feel there's an energy here, they can feel there's something happening. And then the camera is very interesting. So, thank you, Jax. Perfect illustration to answer the question. And you see how I paused, and we really gave him time. We really switched our focus to just 100% tuning into him, watching him with ears, with eyes, with energy, with heart, just opening to sensing on all those forms. Pose it now. So she's just come right in the middle of us, but she's not asking yet or demonstrating anything. She just wants to be in the middle of the action and eat here, which is totally fine. Okay, so getting back to Montaro, his bites were getting stronger. And that's when I twigged, okay, wait a minute, this is not like you. You don't do this. You don't bite people. So, and then I think he did this a couple times, and then I went, oh, so that's when I went, because I don't really
He did that to me too. He did it to us both. You didn't get it, and then I didn't get it, and then we were both like, what the heck is going on?
That's right.
Right?
We were talking about it. We were like, why is he being
and
so
he wouldn't let
mouthy
you
today?
he wouldn't show you. He didn't want your fingers in there. Remember? We both had to.
Yes. You pulled his lip back while I looked.
Yeah.
It was like, because we don't touch their mouths. We again, we're like, I mean, unless they ask, right? Like Juno, I could touch his mouth right here, because, we're just talking, but we don't ever walk up to them and go, see, here, let me do that, gently. But I'm not like people, you'll normally see people check mouths. Yes, that's right. So I guess that's another point is, don't worry, because they'll keep trying. Like Montaro went to me, to you, to both of us. Now, Juno, okay, I don't know if you can see what Juno's doing here with his legs. He's lifting these legs. He's lifting these legs to paw at us. And this is something that Auntie Gula's taught him when she was trying to trick train with him. And he decided that trick training is a really awesome technique for him to see. Now he's going out. Go on, do your auntie. Go ahead, paw at her. He decided trick training was a super awesome way to train humans to respond in the way that he wanted. So now when he paws, he wants his ears scratched, the inside of his ears. And if he wants the left ear scratched, he'll paw with the left leg. So, but see, we're going, no, we're not going to do that. And he'll either accept it or he'll ask again because he super needs it. So I thank you, Juno. That's another way of going, just really watch your horses, because they may have their own cues that they will teach you and teach you what they need. So, and then I want to hear what you have to say, Gulas, because when we talked about this earlier, you were talking about practice.
Oftentimes people come to me and they're like, I want to do what you do. I want to be an animal communicator. I want to do all of that stuff. It's so cool. And we have to understand that this is a journey. We can't just go and take a class. It has to become your life. And by what I mean by that is with intent. It's an intent to be more open and receptive to nature and the symbolism, and I think that's why we're so attracted to animal cards and nature cards and the goddess cards and all of these things. We're really ready and wanting more information, and it's an inner journey. It's not without. It's all within. So I would just say keep doing what you're doing and don't get anxious. Don't get anxious in asking if you're doing enough. If you have the intent of receiving, then the universe is going to provide you with everything you need to become more receptive. So, and that might not come in ways that you want. It might come in ways that we perceive as too difficult or too much. and then we shut it down. So then we go back into this, oh, I can't handle that. So it's really all about inner work.
Give me an example of that. What would be a way that it comes that you go, that's too difficult or that's too much work?
Like with Jax, he is ready to start working right now, and working meaning he wants to start working with me. He wants to teach, he wants to be ridden, I feel, and I'm not ready for it. It's not, I don't feel that my excuses keep coming up of like, this place isn't ready for it. I don't feel like the area I have is good enough. I don't feel like I want to get on his back with a bunch of wild horses running around me, like all of these things. So even though I had asked, and every time I look at his delicious, comfy looking back, I just want to jump on there, a part of me knows I am not ready yet for that. So through my intent, I've asked him to show me how to hear and listen to him while I'm on the ground, so that will translate when I'm on his back. So it's how quickly it happens is basically how present you are.
And how did you know or perceive that he wants to be ridden? Oh my God, my son has just showed up. He's yelling, Mom. We're in the middle of a live stream. We actually live half an hour away. Oscar, I'm on a live stream YouTube video. No, they left. Bye, love.
Hayden and Caleb.
This is the thing with live stream. We are actually live.
So so that's just an example. How did he tell me and show me that he wants to be ridden?
Someone wants to see Oscar. Oh my gosh. All right, let's see if he's still here. Oscar, can you come here for a sec? So, the people on the live stream want to see you. No, he's like, no way. He's 18, man. He's not. He's shy. He's a shy guy. Let's stay out here because we were talking about Jax. No worries. We were asking, how did Jax tell you that he wanted to be ridden?
Because he'd come by and flaunt his back. And it could be and here it goes again, like, is it the horse or is it our own agenda? So you really have to feel into your body. If I really feel in, would I jump on his back right now? No, because it's scary to me at this point.
Okay, let's do a little experiment because this is just so perfect. He's standing right next to a feeder.
Don't make me get on him.
No. I want to watch you having a dialogue with him. Is that lovely? So see how she didn't even go right over to stand on top of his back. She's actually sitting down at his head to start the dialogue. This is awesome.
And right away, my eyes, when we are with our horses or with our animals or with nature, pay attention to where our eyes go. Right away, my eyes went to his feet. So what does that mean to me? It's a feeling of being grounded. So right away, I look at his feet. Are they firmly on the ground? Am I feeling nervous because suddenly I have this image of me jumping on his back, which he will pick up on. He will pick up on those nerves, and he'll be like, what the hell, lady? You're not getting near me because what's going on?
Yeah.
So I'm looking at his feet and admiring how beautiful of a job he's doing, keeping his feet trimmed up. I'm looking at how strong his legs are and paying attention to my inner dialogue.
Oh, do you know? All right, we'll go around the other side. Thank you for telling us to speak even louder. We're going to get the mic right up to Guliz. Oh, okay, you know what? I got to go the other side.
I'll move too. I can move to the other side.
Okay, I'm just going to keep it really close to your face so people can hear.
Okay. And I think that's one of the main things is not to get too heady. Like, that's enough. I don't feel like I need to say any more other than calling presence, calling attention to your presence and where your thoughts are and where your eyes go. Right away, I find for me, when I feel the horse's shoulder, I feel it just calms me. So it's really not about him. He's totally fine. So I'm just hitting his shoulder. And as I'm doing this, I'm asking and showing him all of the amazing joy and fun that I've had on the back of a horse. So in my imagination, I'm just galloping through these rolling hills back home, and we're flying over logs, and it's fun. And especially a horse like Jax, who is a goof and he loves fun, that's what he wants to see. That's what he wants to do with me. So that's what I would do. And then maybe I would start to imagine myself what it would feel like to have a backpack on. Like, is it going to be heavy? Is it going to be light? Is it going to be in balance? Am I tipping to the left or the right? Like, all of the stuff, I'm bringing myself physically into my body. I'm becoming very, very present with the experience. And that's what animal communication is. This is all that it is. It's really not as difficult as we think it is. It takes practice, but it's really quite simple. So then I'm feeling like I'm gonna just get up and see what he does. And he's fine. And also, none of these horses, these guys have never seen anyone be ridden. They've never seen anyone on anyone's back, have they?
No.
So they don't even have a concept or an idea of what that is.
Yeah. Or why someone would want to do that.
So he's unsure, so he walked away, and that's fine. So I'm going to get down. Because I'm not about to get on his back right now. As much as I would love to, and as much fun that would be. But so that's how the dialogue would be in that situation.
Very, very cool. Okay, guys, it's been wonderful. I think we're going to end this first live stream. We're going to do this every Tuesday. We will post on the Listen to Your Horse Facebook page and the Listen to Your Horse private group to let you know the day and time. Next time it's going to go easier because we'll have figured a lot of this out. And thanks so much for joining us. And this video will also be recorded and we'll post it later too. So, and I can also, once it's been recorded, I can maybe go in and fix the volume if it's low in places. Oh, you're welcome.
Can I just say something about a part of my training?
Yeah.
Just so people, a lot of the training I've taken has been with, well, being here with Jeannie for the last year. But before that, I had been doing a linking awareness journey and adventure with Lucia Jacob, and she covers, this is what a lot of the practices come from, is the linking awareness journey. And I can post a link to her work. I hope to be teaching and facilitating that course next year. So for anyone interested in actually getting deeper into the practice, I can't recommend that kind of work enough. If you could come here, or if we could go somewhere and have like even a day or 2 days of just being together. And I also wanted to say how important it is to have someone else to have the validations. Like Jeannie and I have so many wonderful validations because there's two of us here rather than just one person doing the solo work. So if you have a partner or a friend who's into observing and watching and dialoguing with you, that would also be a really great place to start.
Awesome. All right, guys. You're welcome to all the thank yous. You're welcome. We loved it. It was really fun. And from us and the 11 magical horses here, the Singing Horse Wisdom Herd, love you guys and see you next Tuesday.